Hello everyone, and welcome to today's review. In this video, we take a closer look at a fascinating and resourceful process: how skilled workers turn discarded soda cans into durable steel wire rolls. It's an inspiring display of craftsmanship and creativity, combining recycling with industrial ingenuity. The process begins with a large pile of empty soda cans, collected and sorted by hand. Each can is carefully inspected, ensuring no contaminants are mixed in. The workers swiftly flatten the cans using mechanical presses, reducing their volume and preparing them for the next phase. Next, the flattened aluminum is loaded into a high-temperature furnace. The intense heat melts down the cans, turning them into molten metal. The workers monitor the temperature closely, using long metal rods to stir and maintain consistency in the melting process. Their attention to detail ensures the purity of the aluminum remains high. Once the molten aluminum reaches the desired temperature, it is poured into casting molds. These molds shape the metal into long cylindrical billets, solid forms that can later be processed into wires. The workers move with precision, wearing heat-resistant gloves and protective gear as they handle the glowing materials. After cooling, the billets are transferred to a rolling machine. This powerful equipment elongates the aluminum, pressing it into thinner and thinner strands. The operators control the thickness with fine adjustments, checking for uniformity at each stage. Gradually, the strands are transformed into wire. The wires are then coiled carefully into large rolls. Each roll is measured and inspected, ensuring the quality meets industrial standards. The final result is impressive: perfectly wound coils of metal wire, strong and flexible, ready for use in construction or manufacturing. Throughout the video, you can see the dedication and teamwork behind every step. The workers operate in harmony, with a blend of manual skill and machine precision. Their ability to repurpose something as common as a soda can into a valuable material is both efficient and environmentally conscious. Let us know what you think about this innovative process. And don't forget to subscribe for more behind-the-scenes insights into the world of skilled labor and sustainable production. Part 2, we're observing a meticulous and fascinating process: the transformation of discarded household plastic into practical food trays. It's a perfect blend of recycling and craftsmanship, and each step reveals just how much care and skill goes into it. Our journey begins with a pile of used plastic items, containers, utensils, and broken household tools. These are not waste anymore, but raw materials. The workers start by sorting the plastic separating the usable parts by type and color. This step is crucial, as different plastics melt at different temperatures and have varied properties. Next, we see them placing the sorted plastic into a crushing machine. The blades rotate powerfully, breaking down the large items into small, uniform pellets. These plastic pellets will become the building blocks of something entirely new. Once collected, the pellets are dried and funneled into a high-temperature melting unit. Inside, the plastic melts slowly under controlled heat. The worker monitors the temperature closely, ensuring the material reaches the ideal fluid consistency. Not too runny, not too stiff. As the plastic reaches the right condition, it is then injected or poured into carefully prepared molds. These molds are shaped specifically for food trays, smooth, compartmentalized, and consistent in size. The molten plastic fills every corner of the mold, ensuring a perfect and even shape. Now comes the cooling phase. The trays are cooled gradually, either through open air or chilled water systems, to prevent warping or cracks. Workers wait patiently as the plastic solidifies into durable form. Once cooled and hardened, the newly formed trays are carefully removed from the mold. Each one is inspected by hand. Edges are trimmed, surfaces are smoothed, and any defect is immediately corrected. This step reflects true craftsmanship, a fusion of manual precision and quality control. Finally, the trays are stacked, ready for packaging or immediate use. What started as plastic waste now stands as clean, reusable, and functional items for everyday life. This entire process is not just about production, it's about sustainability, ingenuity, and the quiet dedication of skilled workers turning old waste into valuable utility. Every move, every action has its purpose, from sorting to molding to polishing. Part 3, we take a closer look at a fascinating process, how skilled workers recycle discarded aluminum and turn it into construction-grade aluminum frames. The process begins with the arrival of raw scrap aluminum, collected and brought into the facility. These pieces, often bent and covered in dust, are sorted by hand. Each worker uses keen eyes and experience to select suitable pieces for melting, ensuring impurities and non-aluminum parts are removed. Next, we move to the furnace area. A worker shovels the prepared scrap into a high-temperature melting chamber. You can see the intense heat glow from the furnace opening. As the aluminum melts, it forms a silvery liquid that shimmers under the industrial lighting. The molten aluminum is then carefully poured into molds. These molds are long, rectangular, and designed to form the initial shape of aluminum ingots or preframes. One worker controls the flow using a long-handled ladle, balancing strength with precision to avoid spills or splashes. Once cooled and solidified, the aluminum blocks are removed and fed into a cutting machine. This is where precision matters. The worker measures each piece with a steel ruler, adjusts the guide rail, and starts the cutter, slicing clean, straight segments to the required length. After cutting, these segments go through a rolling and extrusion process. The machine forces the metal through a shaped die, transforming it into hollow aluminum frames with precise dimensions. One technician monitors the pressure and feed speed, making adjustments on the fly to maintain consistent quality. Each finished piece is then examined and stacked. Workers inspect the surface, checking for defects or warping. Imperfect pieces are set aside for remelting. Nothing goes to waste. Finally, The polished aluminum frames are loaded onto carts, ready for delivery to construction sites. The transformation is complete, from discarded scrap to strong, reusable building material. This process not only highlights industrial skill and discipline, but also speaks to the importance of sustainability and resource efficiency in modern construction. Part 4. We're taking a closer look inside a plastic bag manufacturing facility where workers are producing new polyethylene bags from recycled plastic waste. Let's follow each step and examine how the team transforms discarded plastic into something functional. I must admit, I'm curious about the hygiene and safety of this process. Let's find out together. We begin with the workers collecting used plastic bags, wrinkled, discolored, and in various conditions. These are fed into a grinding machine that shreds the materials into small, uneven flakes. The operator monitors the input, ensuring there are no foreign objects that could disrupt the process. Every movement is practiced and deliberate. Next, the flakes are transferred through a pipeline into a large washer. Here, they're agitated and rinsed multiple times to remove dirt, oil, or food residue. A worker adjusts the valves, carefully regulating water pressure and temperature. It's not a high-tech environment, but the cleaning is visibly thorough. After drying, the clean plastic flakes are moved into a high-temperature extruder. This is where the transformation happens. The machine melts the plastic, then pushes it through a die to form long, thin strips. The worker checks for consistency and thickness. Any defect here would affect the final product. The strips are then cooled on a conveyor and chopped into small, shiny pellets. We now move into the heart of the operation, film blowing. The recycled pellets are melted again and blown into thin, cylindrical plastic films. A technician monitors the balloon-like film tower, adjusting height and airflow with precision. The plastic is surprisingly clear and flexible, The final stage is sealing and cutting. The plastic film is folded, then heat sealed into the familiar shape of bags. One worker checks each batch manually, watching for weak seals, uneven cuts, or impurities. By the end, the finished plastic bags are stacked and packed for shipment. It's remarkable how waste has been reshaped into usable goods. Still, I can't help but wonder, are these bags truly safe for food contact? It depends heavily on the initial cleaning steps and quality control, something we'll need to research further. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think recycled plastic bags are a safe and sustainable solution? Part 5, we're diving into a fascinating look inside a woodcraft factory where skilled workers produce delicate wooden bracelets and prayer bead strands from raw timber. It's a remarkable blend of traditional craftsmanship and modern precision. Let's take a closer look. Our first worker begins by selecting carefully cut logs. These wooden blocks are sorted for quality and grain consistency, which ensures a smooth and durable final product. With practiced hands, the worker positions the log under a circular cutter. As the blade spins, it carves the wood into rough, cylindrical shapes, the future beads. The process is swift but controlled, with attention paid to each piece's diameter and symmetry. Next, we move to the sanding phase. Here, a rotating drum equipped with fine grit sandpaper gently smooths the bead surfaces. The craftsman holds the wood pieces in a rhythm that suggests deep experience. Dust rises into the air as the raw texture is transformed into a polished finish. It's a satisfying moment to witness. The wood becomes soft to the touch, gaining its signature warm glow. Then comes the precision drilling. Each bead is fed into a mechanical drill that bores a small hole straight through its center. This is an essential step, allowing the beads to later be strung. The operator checks alignment and spacing meticulously, ensuring each bead can be used without issues. Meanwhile, another worker prepares the stringing thread. Using a thin but sturdy fiber, she begins assembling the pieces one by one. The final pattern takes shape, a symmetrical strand of perfectly matched wooden beads. either for spiritual use or as a simple yet elegant bracelet. In the finishing room, we observe the application of a protective coating. A worker dips the bracelets in a natural polish solution, enhancing the wood's grain and color. After drying, each piece is buffed with a soft cloth to achieve a smooth sheen. The result is stunning, a piece of nature, hand-shaped with care. This process might look simple, but every gesture is intentional. From cutting to polishing, every hand movement reflects years of honed skill. Watching these artisans work reminds us that even the smallest objects often carry a story of patience, precision, and tradition. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes journey into the world of wooden bead making. See you in the next video.
That's